Hello guys, welcome to NEHEMIAH channel. My name is Nehemiah, and guys, I'm very glad to have you on board. Now this is a Python programming lesson 26th, and we are going to talk about the Python JSON. And first of all guys, before we start, if it's your first time, please subscribe, like and share this video to your friends. And to the returning subscribers, I say thank you very much. Now back to JSON. So basically, let's understand what is a JSON. So basically, JSON is a syntax for storing and exchanging data. Now JSON is a text written with the JavaScript object notation. Now JSON in Python, let's talk about this JSON in Python. So basically guys, remember we talked about the the modules, and Python has a built-in package called JSON, which can be used to work with the JSON data. Now to import it, remember guys, I told you how to import modules. We use the import keyword, import. So for example guys, first of all, let me try to zoom in for you to see this stuff very well. So let me say import, and then now remember JSON is a module, so let me say import JSON. Basically guys, this is how you can do it. This is how you can import a module, JSON module. Now let's talk about how to pass a JSON, basically to convert from JSON to Python. Remember, this JSON is a JavaScript object notation, but then I want us to convert it to Python first of all, so that we may use it. Now to convert it guys, if you have a JSON string, you can pass it, or you can convert it by using the JSON.loads method. And guys, for example, let me show you an example on how to convert from JSON to Python. So guys, first of all, we must import this JSON like this, and then now the next thing, let's create a variable now to have this the JSON now. So let me create here JSON, and then basically I'm gonna use these two they are called what, two colons, I guess. Yeah, two speech marks, I guess. Now to define it, we use these or basically I'll add those quotation marks later. So first of all, let me use these curly braces, and then I'm gonna use the dictionary here. But then let me say name, for example, name, and then a colon. You separate this property and the value is with a colon, and then let me give it for example Nehemiah, and then a comma, and then the second one, let me give it something like age, and then let me give it something like 22. Remember, it's not my age, but just for the sake of tutorial. And then here, let me give it something like perhaps country is a string, so let me say country, and then let me say Kenya. Kenya is a string, so let me include in quotation mark, so Kenya. Now basically guys, let's create a JSON. Now you must close with these quotation marks. They are called quotation mark or speech marks. So let me remove this one, and then guys, now this is a JSON. Now let's talk about how to convert it, or how to pass. Now to pass it guys, we use this let me just use this method. So first of all, you create this variable, and then let me say JSON loads. You must include this method here and now these are x, now to convert the x, now this JSON. And then now to print it guys, we use this print function. Remember, print to execute the codes in the terminal, print y now, and then which is targeting specifically what, for example, something like a country, or let me just use age. So let me say age. So let me say age, and then guys, to run it, you remember the shortcut shift plus what, shift plus F10, and then guys, you can see that it is 22. So basically guys, this is how you can convert this JSON to be to be a Python. And then guys, you can see that it converted it to to a dictionary. Now guys, let's talk about how to convert from Python to JSON. Now this one we have been converting from JSON to Python. Now let's talk about how to convert from Python to JSON. So basically guys, if you have a Python object, you can convert it into a JSON string by using the JSON.dumps method. Now and perhaps let me show you this example, or to convert from Python to JSON. First of all, let me clear everything. let me clear everything. And then the first thing, we must import this module by using the import method. I actually import a keyword, and then let me say JSON, because we're importing JSON. And then let me now use a dictionary. Remember, dictionary is a Python. What is a Python? Those are data types. Now let me say for example X, and then let me assign it to this dictionary. Remember, dictionary we define it using these curly braces. And then let me say name. Name is a string, so let me say name. Name, and then close with the colon, and then let me give it my name, for example Nehemiah, for example Nehemiah WEKESA, and then comma, and then also let me give it something like perhaps age again, guys. Let me use this time something like 25. Remember, it's not my age. I'm not that that's not my age. And then let me say give it something like again country, let me give it what country, let me give it let me just give it Kenya, again Kenya, or let me this time give it something like Nigeria. Let me just use Nigeria. Remember, it's just for the sake of tutorial. Nigeria, again, this is the spelling for Nigeria, I don't know. And then guys, remember now these are Python dictionary. Now I want us to convert it to a JSON, and I say that I'll use this method JSON.dumps. Now let's create a variable for it, and then let me say JSON.dumps. It must have the S there, the S here at the end. And then now we are converting that X, dictionary, which is X. Now to run it together, we use what? We use this print function, and then basically we use this Y. So shift plus F10, and then guys, you can see that we have this dictionary. So basically, guys, this is how you can do it. Basically, this is how you can convert a JSON. Basically, you can pass a JSON to basically Python to JSON, to convert from JSON Python to JSON. So guys, let me give you a list of the types that you can convert into JSON string. Now basically you can convert a dictionary, the one that I've just shown you, but then you can also convert a list, a tuple, a string, an integer, a float, a true or a false, and a none. Basically, these are the types that you can convert from Python types to JSON strings. But then I'm not going to show you example. You can find these examples on my website. Also, guys, now when you convert from Python to JSON, the Python objects are converted into the JSON. Now that is JavaScript equivalent. You can also convert now when you convert a dictionary, is gonna be in JSON is object, list is an array, tuple an array, string is a string, basically str, then int, that is a number in JSON. Now float, that is a number also, true, that is a true, false, that is a false, none, that is null. So guys, basically this is what I wanted to show you in this video, and if you find that the video has been of help, please subscribe, like, and share this video to your friends. Until next time, thank you.